Hey everybody! I see some people are already peeking in. Let me fix this camera. I need some new lights. My light's been tripping, but in the meantime and in between time, we gonna make it do what it do. So come on in, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, and make sure share this video if you like. Share it on your platform, share it on your social media. If you like Facebook, Twitter, IG, whatever. If you like, no pressure. No pressure at all. But please, please, if you can, make sure you click the like button on the way in. And also, well, it looks like my shirt was unbuttoned too low. I don't want to be showing no goodies. But anyway, we're going to be reviewing The Good Girls tonight. Good Girls, Season 2, Episode 7. And the title of the episode, which I still don't understand. I'm going to have to find out from y'all. I don't understand what the name of the title meant. It was called The Dubby. I have no idea what the W would stand for. And I was trying to come up with some things like, okay, are they supposed to be referring to Dean? Well, see, Dean's the hubby, but he's like, he's being like the homemaker right now. He's being like the house husband. I'll just put it that way. He's the house husband. But I don't know if that name has something to do with him or I don't know. I don't know what W means. So if y'all know what it means, please explain it to me. I mean, I looked it up and everything and I'm like, I watched the show and then, I rewound it and stuff and I was going through it again and I'm like, dang, what is W? I don't know what the heck. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It got past me. I don't know. If y'all know, please let me know because I'm lost. It was a great show. As usual. I've been hooked on this TV show since it first literally started, since it first came out. So, again, the review that we're going to be doing tonight is over Good Girls Season 2, Episode 7. And the title, which I'm still unclear of what it means, so help me out if you know. But it was titled The Dubby. The Dubby. But anywho, last episode, we had saw how the detective, he was still hounding Ruby, trying to get her, to get him some evidence, to get him some proof, that Beth was involved with Rico. Basically, he needed something to pin on her so he can take her in. Some kind of illegal activities, that she was doing. So I'm up there like, okay, I know Ruby's not going to turn on her girls. I know she's not. Because what he's trying to do, basically, is to get her to spill the tea and snitch, a.k.a. snitch, on Beth. Why he wants, I don't understand why he wants Beth so badly. Because all the ladies together have been committing all these crimes together. So I really don't understand why he wants Beth so badly. I had mentioned before that maybe it's because he really wants Rico. But, I mean, he can get Rico through any of the ladies, right? I don't know. But anywho, he done threatened Ruby, told her if she don't turn over some kind of information on him that he was going to lock up her and her husband. And of course, he had threatened and told her that her husband would get more punishment than her, of course, because he's law enforcement. He's a cop, so... But, he's a ride or die. He done got her out of one situation, got her out of another situation. He done rescued them twice. And he's a cop, law enforcement, real cop. Not a toy cop. Not top flight security with Greg and Day Day. He's a real cop. So, he's putting basically his life in jeopardy, his job in jeopardy. She's putting her life in jeopardy, putting their kids in jeopardy. But still, I'm like, I know Ruby ain't gonna snitch. I know she ain't gonna snitch. Not on Beth and Ann and May, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. And then also, Beth, she has been doing a whole lot. Like, she has been running the show. Beth is my shero. She is getting it done. She is raking in them dollars. She's stacking those. Man, she has so much money in that closet that the whole closet shelf fell down. And they have to now start burying the money in the backyard. I don't know if that's a good idea. Only because I recall watching some show. Um, and I can't remember. God, I can't remember the name of the show, but um, I think it was like a reality show or a documentary or something. And some guy said that he learned the hard way not to bury money in plastic bags underground because they eventually mildew, and they had hundreds of thousands of dollars buried underground because they did. Some people, especially in the hood, they don't believe in putting their money in the bank, but they also don't believe in leaving their money in the house in fear of getting robbed. So they would like bury it or stash it somewhere outside, at a park, at home, in the backyard, at a cemetery, somewhere. But he learned the hard way that you cannot bury that money in the ground and keep it in there for a long period of time, because eventually it will mildew and then you can't do nothing with it. Nothing. But yeah. Hey JJ5, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in to my live tonight. I'm just going over Good Girls Review, season 2, episode 7. The season is almost over, actually. I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes left. But Bev's hubby Dean, he seems to be, able to run the house more smoothly. At first, when he started off, the house was a hot mess. He couldn't get the kids dressed. He didn't know how to cook. He didn't know how to do anything, but he had to. And eventually, he had that. He was looking like a little Mary Maid running around that house. So while Beth is out there hustling and grinding, making that money, running the drugs and all that kind of stuff, he's doing his part at home. And it seems like everything is flowing smoothly, but he still believes that his wife, Beth, is messing around with Rio. Like, it's true. It's true. But he don't know that for a fact. But he has an idea just because of the way she responds to Rio and the way they look at each other. And he just knows. He sometimes you just know when your mate is cheating on you. And he knows. So he's been trying to think of ways how to get rid of him. I think he wants him, like, dead. Like, totally dead. So he had hooked up with somebody, one of his associate friends, and had got a contact information for somebody to get rid of the trash per se. And he had mentioned it to, like, when they were looking for Beth's daughter Jane. Okay, this little girl. Let me tell you about this little girl. For those of y'all who haven't seen the episode yet, spoiler alert. Of course, I'm doing a review, so spoiler alert. But anyway, when Beth had to make a run, Beth, she moves pills. Rico, he sends cars to her car lot, to their dealership. He fills the cars up with pills, all kind of pharmaceutical pills. All kind of pharmaceutical pills, the ones that help men keep up a little longer and everything. But he puts them in a car and he stashes it in the car. He sends the car to Beth's dealership, making it seem like they're up there for sale. And then what she does, she takes the car and she delivers the car to whoever is buying the pills. And then she gets a ride back with her sister, or either her other partner in crime, Ruby. So this time, when she made the run, even though she didn't want to do it because she had a recital, her daughter was having a recital, her daughter was dancing that night, and she literally has not been able to spend any time with her children because she has seriously been grinding, not only selling cars, but also transporting drugs, moving drugs through her company and keeping the books and trying to keep them afloat, because Dean, he was just horrible at keeping them afloat. But anywho, she went to take that drop to drop the car off, and because her husband was so fed up with not being able to do anything else besides be a married maid, be a house husband, he wanted to get out and do something. So he basically just left and told her to take the kids with her. Which I don't think was a good idea. Like, she put the kids in the car with all the drugs in the car. I'm like, that's not a good idea. They need a backup plan for the backup plan, because if they would have got pulled over or got in a car wreck or anything, like that time when she was trying to find the drugs in the car, she couldn't find them. So she took the car, put the keys in it, put something down on the gas to make the car run into something, and the car crashed really hard, and the pills and powder and everything just flew out the car. So I'm like, okay, you couldn't take the kids to your sister's house. You couldn't take them to a babysitter. You couldn't take them to Ruby's house. She took the kids with her in the car. I'm like, yes, ma'am, Jay. This is a TV show, and it's on channel. Hold on. I think it's channel. I have satellite, so I have Dish. So it's on channel. Hold on, I'm gonna look real quick because I always forget. But it's on season 2, Jay. So if you have Netflix, you can watch season 1 on Netflix, the whole season on Netflix. But as far as it's on ABC. I think it's ABC. It's channel 6 where I'm at. So I think that's ABC. Yeah, I think it's ABC. But it's a really good show. And like I said, if you want to watch season 1, it's on Netflix, and you can watch that and then catch that with season 2. And if you have like on demand or something, you might be able to watch season 1 on demand too. So just depends on what kind of cable you got set up. But yeah, it's a really good show. It's basically like it's like a suburban version of Set It Off. We got lady hustlers who kind of like Set It Off. They needed money. They needed fast money. They started robbing banks and whoop whoop whoop. These ladies needed money really bad for their own personal, situations. They were friends. They decided to start doing robberies and ended up robbing the wrong person, which was a big time gangster, deadly drug dealer. So yeah, that just tells you a little, about what it's about. But and Beth, she's the hustler. She's like the main one, over these, not like she's more in charge, but she the one who first met up with Rico. Like, she's probably the smartest out of them. Definitely not her sister. Her sister Annie, no, I wouldn't leave her to make up any decisions. Ruby, she's kind of scary, because mainly her husband is a cop, so she be trying not to, get him involved in anything. But Beth, yeah, she's like the true hustler and all this, housewife, suburban housewife turned drug dealer. But yeah, it's a really good show. And as far as the kids go, when she was taking the drop of all the pills to the house, to the drug dealers, when she dropped everything off and dropped the car off, she get home later that night, and her child, and I don't know how old this child is, but the child looks to be about, I want to say maybe 5 or 6. But anywho, she finds out that her daughter done left her blankie in the car, and she's up there hollering and screaming. And I'm so glad my kids never, you know how some kids, they gotta have their blankie, they gotta have this before they go to bed, they gotta have that before they bed, they gotta have the light. I mean, there's all kind of different things you gotta do. Otherwise, they just gonna drive you crazy and keep you up all doggone night. And that's what her daughter was doing. So she goes back to the house with the girls, with Beth and with her sister Annie and with Ruby, to go get the blankie. But one thing, she messed up, because she hasn't been a drug dealer long. She really doesn't even consider herself a drug dealer. She just considers herself bound to this guy Rico and paying off some debts. That's what she considers herself, just paying off some debts, doing what she got to do. So when she after she dropped the drugs off, and then they come back to the house, they had guns pulled on them, and the men was telling them to go down in the basement one at a time, to get the blankie. But they knew something wasn't right, and so they was like, no, no, we're not going down there. And I guess the man was trying to use his power, his gangster, to try to scare them. But Beth, she got out of that situation because she told him straight up, if you do anything to me, if you hurt me, if you touch a hair on my head, you will be in trouble because I'm the one who supplies your drugs. And if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be sitting up in this nice house or having any of these things that you have right now. So, anywho, he didn't let him get the blankie. They ended up leaving without the blankie. And I'm like, I don't know what happened because they went straight from her telling him off and him saying, put your wallet, put your cell phones on the table. And then it just switched over to them driving home. And she was telling the ladies, I'm sorry, I didn't know that he... And then they just cut her off and said, we don't want to talk about it. Don't say it. We don't want to talk about it. So I don't know what the heck happened. I don't know what happened. And they didn't talk about it any further. And so, but I'm thinking maybe down the line they might, show what happened if they ended up going in the basement. I don't know. I know they didn't come out there with that doggone blankie. So they went on head home, and then Bev, she went to the store because she's like in a tight spot. She know her daughter needs this blankie. Her daughter won't go to bed. Her daughter gonna keep her up all night over this doggone blankie. So she goes to the store to buy some yarn to try to make a blankie. Yes, I watched the Act 2 on Hulu. I watched that. That's really good. Matter of fact, I just watched episode... Was it episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I just watched episode 5 and 6 because I didn't realize that I was behind on the Act. And oh my God, I think I might review that tomorrow. Or maybe this weekend because I got a 3-day weekend. 3 days because of Easter, and then I'm off this weekend, so I can't wait. But yeah, that show, I want to review that show too. Yep, I watched 5 and 6. Was it today? Yep, it was earlier today. But yeah, I might do a review on that tomorrow or Saturday. But yeah, she went to the store to try to get that blankie or get the yarn to buy the blankie. And there was this little old lady in the store. And I was like, she had grabbed up all the yarn in the exact same color that Beth needed for her daughter because she wanted to make a blankie to look just like the one her daughter had. Hey, Perry Tyler. What's up? Do you watch Good Girls? A lot of people still don't know about this show. So, if y'all don't watch Good Girls, y'all need to hit up Netflix and watch season 1 because it's on season 2. But it's a really good show. I like it, but a lot of people still haven't heard about it. And it comes on regular TV, on like ABC. But yeah, it's a good show. But in the show tonight, when Beth was trying to, after her daughter had lost her blankie and left it in the drug car, the car with the stash with all the pills and everything, she went to the store and tried to buy some yarn, try to, how your child lose something and they really attached to it, so you try to buy something that looks just like what they had. So I guess she was gonna make up her own little blankie. It's called Good Girls, and you can find season 1 on Netflix. And if you have like cable or on demand, you might be able to find season 1 on demand as well. But if not, you can watch it on Netflix, the whole season 1. And it's right now on season 2, episode 7. But it's a really good show. Like I was telling Just Jay, it's like the suburban version of Set It Off. So just imagine they was in the hood, needed money, did what they had to do. These ladies is actually in the suburbs. They still needed money. They were well off. But emergencies happened, kids sick, kids almost dying. It was just a whole bunch of things going on. they got together and they went out in those streets and started making money. But yeah, that's what she was gonna do. She was gonna crochet and make her a blankie and stuff. And but the lady at the store who had grabbed up, I think she had like 8 rolls, like 8 big thick rolls of yarn in the same color that Beth needed to make her daughter a new blankie. And Beth was like, man, I really, really, really need that yarn in that exact color. And, it's for my daughter. And then the lady was like, well, I'm sorry, but, basically I was here first. I was here first. And then Beth was like, oh, so what you making with it? And she said, well, I promised my son, Kevin, that I would make him a scarf. Lord. Beth said, oh, you have a son named Kevin? And she was like, yeah, my cat. I almost died. I was like, first of all, if she was making a scarf for a cat, I'm sure she don't need all them rows. She had a basket full of yarn, like a basket full of yarn for a cat. So Beth, she went off. She was basically like, you mean to tell me you making a scarf for a cat? And I need that yarn for my daughter, a real person? She was like, oh, but he is family to me. It was so funny because that little old lady, she was serious. She was like, but he is family to, that's my son. That's Kevin. About time Beth finished going off on her. The lady just handed her all the yarn. And she walked out the store. I was like, dude. But she really was gonna make her cat. I mean, I know people do that. I ain't mad at you. They call their pets their kids, they daughters, their sons. I have a friend who calls her daughter. Calls her her puppy, her dog, her son. I'll be like, what? Okay, you my home girl. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, I get it. But I grew up with pets in my family, so I get it. I never called him my son or my brother or nothing like that, but they were like family. So I get it. But yeah, that was really funny though. She went off. That lady was like, just take it. And then when she got home and saw all the cops at her house, and I was like, I bet she knew or she thought that the feds then got enough on her to lock her up, because remember last episode, Agent Turner, he told Ruby, if you don't get what I need to take down Beth, then I'm gonna take you and your husband to jail. Hey, BB Khalees TV. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing awesome. Yes, sir. I'm doing awesome. I'm just making sure I'm connected to you already, and I'm already connected to you. I was just making sure. I try to make sure I'm connected to everybody who's connected to me. Support. Is that Mo Reese? Is that Mo? What's up? Man, oh my God. Really? I'm so sorry. I was about to give you some stuff because you ain't been around. I'm like, I've been missing you. But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thanks for stopping through, because I lost my mom a few years ago. So I sympathize and empathize with you, like, sincerely. But you said she passed away last Saturday, and I'm going through it, but I'm just stopping by to show you, say hello. Well, I'm so glad you stopped by and gave us some love, rain a little love on us, and we're going to rain a little love on you, and I'm going to keep you in my prayers and your family in my prayers, because I know how hard that is. Really, I do. I do. So everybody, make sure we keep Maurice lifted up, because he just lost his mother, and if anybody that's lost a parent before, That is a hard one. That's a hard one. But I do really appreciate you stopping through. I haven't what's today? Thursday? Yep. Empire came on last night, so I didn't review Empire, so you probably missed my last few lives. But Maurice, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me put the link in the chat while I'm thinking about it. Because me and Samantha, my sister friend, we started a new YouTube channel, and it's called The Hood Table. The Hood Table. Not the, but the Hood Table. So I want to make sure that you know about it, since I haven't been seeing you around, and I do understand why. I'm gonna put the link in here so you can go to it, and then you could subscribe to it. But it's basically like we do it's kind of just a chill, laid back channel. We talk about a lot of stuff, things from the hood, things we done went through, crazy stories. We still do our movie reviews together, and things like that. But yeah, it's a real laid back, chill channel that I'm sure you guys will enjoy. A lot of you guys already came over there to that channel, but I always talk about it every time I go live, just to make sure everybody knows about the other channel. And it's also on my community page too, my community tab. If you click my community tab on my main channel, on the main the home page, then you'll see it over there as well. But here's the link to the new channel. Okay, I just posted that in there. But yes, y'all. For those of y'all who do watch Good Girls, do y'all think that Ruby is going to snitch? I don't know. I hate to think she would. But I don't know, because she been acting kind of strange. Like when Beth had got home and she saw all those cops, outside of her house. I know she thought she was probably going to get locked up, because Agent Turner has been on her, just showing up, popping up, question her about different robberies, drugs, and the gangster that she's been, involved with and everything. And she always got an excuse, to get out of it, or a reason, for what she's doing, to not make herself look guilty of any criminal activity. But what really happened, thank you, Just Jay, I appreciate it. But what really happened was, when she got home and all the cops was there, her husband ran out and was like, man, our daughter's missing. Jane, their daughter, was missing. The one who was like needing her blankie. I'm like, where'd she go? Did she go back to the house? Did she try to go back to the house to find out where her blankie is? And then I was like, did Rico take the daughter? Because that's what Dean's first thought was. Rico done took our daughter. And she couldn't believe that. Like, no, why would he take her daughter? Oh, because he shot me before. Yeah, he did shoot your husband before. But I don't think Rico needs any kids. So, it come to find out her daughter was hiding and everything. But while Ruby was helping to look for her daughter Jane, because everybody was helping to look for the daughter, she started snooping around her house. And that's why I'm like, is she gonna snitch? Because this makes the second time. The first time she had a recording and she played it for the agent, and the agent was like, what is this? This isn't revealing anything. This isn't telling me nothing. She was like, well, I've been recording them for days, and she's not saying anything. And he was like, you need to give me some more information, or I'm taking you and your husband to jail. Do you like orange? Do you like the color orange? Because orange is the new black. But so now she's snooping all through snooping all through Bev's house, all through her drawers or her cabinets and everything while she's supposed to be looking for little Jane. And she comes across her calendar that she titled Book Club. But of course, if you've been watching, you know the calendar that says Book Club is not a book club calendar. It's the calendar with all the drops. Every time Rico buys a car, or rents a car and fills it up with drugs, drops it off at the dealership, when she's supposed to pick it up, when she's supposed to drop it off, who she's supposed to drop it off to, all that kind of stuff is on the calendar. And Ruby took it. And I'm like, I know she is not. Don't she know snitches get stitches? And then on top of that, it's like, man, these is your girls. Y'all like tight, like super tight. And I cannot believe that she was snitch. I don't know. I don't know. But she took that calendar and she took it home, and her husband told her that the FBI agents is going to make them take a lie detector test. So I don't know how they going to get out of that. And then she took the calendar too. I don't know. I'm hoping that what Beth put on that calendar, like she probably like didn't put like really detailed information. You said, I want to let you know I saw you baking a Cleveland brown cake last night. You did? Oh. Did you see the final picture on my Facebook cake decorating page? Hold on, let me show you. The final pictures. And the dude picked it up today and he was like, oh my God, I don't even want to eat it. I want to freeze it forever. I'm like, you better eat that cake, Anime. But for real, I don't know how many people be telling me that when I make them a cake. They be like, I don't even want to eat it. It just looks too, I don't want to eat it. I just want to keep it. Just keep it and look at it. But people is a trip. But let me show you the picture. Here it is. Let's see, can I get it bigger? Nah. Trying to get it as big as I can for you guys. Stretch the screen out a little bit. Yeah, this is about as big as I can get it, so it won't look deformed. Okay. That's like the top view of the cake that I was working on last night. Man, I can't believe how long we was on that live. We was on that live for over 2 hours. And I'm like, oh my God. People was up with me though last night. I was like, hey, primetime squad in the house. But that's the top angle of the cake. It was for a guy. He's a Cleveland Browns fan. He was turning 30. Thank you, Just Jay. And let's see. The other, let's see, which way? Okay, that's like the front. I'm just trying to take different angles. That's one angle of the cake as well. And of course, the green in the cake is supposed to represent, turf, grass, on a football field. But that's the front angle, and then here's another angle, a really up close angle of the words on the side of the cake. Yeah, but so that's the cake that I was up making last night, and he really, really loved it. He was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." But he's talking about he didn't want to eat the cake. I'm like, "You better eat that cake, Anime." He was cracking up. I was like, in my Ike Turner voice, "You better eat that cake, Anime." Shoo. Go take that to your birthday party and enjoy your day. But yeah, so he liked it. That's what I was working on last night. Who we got in the chat? Armand Ali. What's up, Armand Ali? Thank you, Sword of the Spirit. Dang, Andrea, you got a lot of questions for me to just tune in the first time. I'm like, dang. I don't. I'm like, dang, she just bombarded me with questions. But I don't use a camera. I don't use a camera. I use my laptop. Yes, I did, Maurice. And anybody else, if you want to see more of my work, go to Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. Um, it's on Facebook. Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. You can click on photos on my page, hit the like button, and you can run through a whole bunch of my pictures on there of my cake work. And also, I do have a YouTube channel, also Tanya's Delight, Slice by Slice. So check that channel out as well. Thank you very kindly. But yep. But then when Beth, after she found out that her child was missing, she went to find Rico, and she called him up and met him up, and she was flipping out, going off, talking about your homies, your dudes. They got my baby, they got my daughter, and I need you to get my baby back. And he looking at her like, why would they take your baby? Like, for real, why would they take your baby? What need do they have to take your daughter? And she told him, what happened. And he said, you went back to the house? Like I was saying, she made a mistake when she went back to the house. After you drop off some drugs and you're the middle person, what you look like coming back to the house? Like, my baby left her blankie in the car. I mean, them dudes is already on alert because they doing something illegal. So they probably was thinking, okay, these ladies came back to the house after they dropped off the drugs. Maybe they have a wire. Maybe they are undercovers. I'm sure all them things was going through their head. So that's why they got bouted with them and told them take them in the basement, put all your phones, put your wallets down, and all that kind of stuff. So she told him what happened, and he got pissed off. Like, why would you go back over there? Your job right now is you is a drug dealer. And she looking at him like, no. You are a drug dealer. That means you have to be more careful in what you do. You have to be more careful in what you say and how you act. Because you are a drug dealer, and if you keep on messing up, you're going to wind up dead or in jail. And then he just walked off and he said, besides, they didn't take your kid. And she's like, how you know? He said, because where's the money in that? And I'm thinking, well, to tell you the truth, there is money in kid kidnapping. And people be stealing kids all the time and trying to sell them on the, underground market. Shoot, there's some money in that, but basically he was trying to tell her, you know what, we ain't got your kid. We mess with drugs, we mess with guns, we kill people, but we don't kidnap kids. So then, anyway, Ruby ends up, after she's going through all her stuff, trying to find evidence and stuff to turn into the FBI, then she finds it and finds her daughter. She hears something in the closet and hears her daughter in the closet. And she goes in there and finds her daughter. Well, she heard a noise in the closet and goes in there and finds her daughter. So her daughter was safe and just hiding in the closet. I don't know why she was hiding in the closet, because they didn't even ask her. They just hugged her and was like, everything's okay now. You can call off the cops and everything. But you said, I didn't mean to bombard you fast with a lot of questions in my first message. I just know if a lot of people are in here talking to you or with each other, my message could be, it's okay. But yeah, I don't use a camera. I want to get a camera, but I'm not getting no camera right now. That's just something that's not at the top of my list of requirements right now. Eventually, I will get a camera, but just not now. I'm not buying anything new right now for YouTube until YouTube starts paying me. And that's what my next goal is, to get monetized. So until I start getting some change, some dollars from the tube, I'm not buying nothing else. And besides that, my son is graduating And matter of fact, he just was awarded the Susan Thompson Buffett Scholarship today. Hey, give it up for my son. Give it up for my son. Hey, hey. I'm so excited about that. Like, I'm more excited than he is. He's like, yeah, mom, they emailed me. They said I got it. I'm like, for real? For real? We all excited. His dad excited. I mean, everybody's excited. Like, everybody's excited. And he's like, dang. He said, maybe he'll hit me later. And I'm like, I'm like, boy, do you... I mean, if anybody knows about... Y'all know who Warren Buffett is? I stay in Omaha, Nebraska. Do y'all know who Warren Buffett is? If y'all don't know who Warren Buffett is, then y'all been sleeping under a rock. Warren Buffett is one of the top richest men in the world. And he's from here in Omaha, Nebraska. And he still stays here in Omaha, Nebraska. And his sister, Susan Thompson Buffett, that's his sister. And every year she gives so many kids a full ride scholarship to one of the biggest colleges. Well, it's like four big colleges that you can attend, and they're all in Nebraska. So they get a choice to go to, and it's full ride 4 years. I'm like, I'm so excited, yay! So anyway, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, he's about to graduate, so I got pictures. I had to pay. I buy the robe and the hat and all the gear he wanted. You know, his high school gear that they sell in the packages. You know, hoodies and all kind of stuff. I just went and got him a tux for prom, which is next week. It's just so much stuff. You know, his graduation party, DJs. If you throw parties, you know, they're pretty costly, especially for graduations and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm like, a camera right now is just not on my radar. Not right now. I'm trying to get this boy across the stage and get him ready to ship off to college. But I'm glad he'll be still in the state. He'll just be a few hours away, you know. But, anywho, you said because you tried to go... You said because you tried to go live on your laptop but don't have many subscribers... And it was showing a black screen. Wouldn't show my face, even though my camera was on. That is built into my... That's weird. That's really weird. What kind of laptop do I got? I don't even know what this thing is. I got it from Walmart, like 3 years ago. And it still works really well. It's like really huge. It's a big, huge laptop. It says Pavilion on here. I'm trying to see what else. Oh, HP. HP. I guess it's a HP Pavilion. But yeah, I don't know why your screen would be dark. I don't know. I'm not a real techie person. But where was I at? Oh, okay. I know where I'm at. Okay. Now y'all know Dean. My light went out. Told y'all my lights was giving me the blues. Okay, let me plug it up in a different socket. Oh. Unplug. Okay, there we go. But Dean, now y'all saw how last episode he was trying to find someone to get rid of Rico because again he thinks Rico and his wife is having an affair, and he's right, but he just don't know for sure, but that's what he believes. On top of that, Rico shot him and was this close from some vital organs. He missed on purpose. He's a really good shooter. He got really good aim. So Rico missed on purpose, but it was a message that he sent. And of course, if y'all ain't been keeping up, you got to go back a couple of episodes so you can see that. But he wants him dead. And so he done made contact with someone, trying to find out if they know anybody He didn't really say specifically that he wants somebody killed, but he said he has a problem and he needs somebody to help him get rid of it. So the man knew exactly what he wanted and gave him a contact information. Then Dean tells Stan, like Stan's a cop. Ruby's husband Stan is a cop. He didn't already got them out of two sticky situations, so the police wouldn't take them in. And now Dean is telling him to help him, find somebody to kill somebody. I'm like, I don't know where this is going, child. All right, good night, Just Jay. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. But I'm like, oh my God, you trying to get Stan might as well turn in his badge because he doing more crimes than probably the people that he's arresting out there in the street. And Rico, you know what? He ain't no joke. That man, he is not no joke. I said before that I think he's tracking her. I think he's tracking Ruby. I mean, how else? How else could he? He's always there. Like, if her kids swim meet, at baseball practice, he's showing up at recitals. He's showing up. I mean, when she's at the hospital, he's just showing up out the doggone blue. And I'm like, he's a big time gangster, drug dealer. He don't have time to be riding around in no car stalking them. And I don't think he has somebody riding around in a car stalking them. I really think that he has a tracker on her car. That's what I'm beginning to believe. That he has a tracker underneath her car or somewhere on her car because he's always there. But anyway, he done popped up at the doggone recital where her daughter was having a performance. And he's like, what the hell are you doing here? She's like, as you can see, it's my daughter's recital. What you mean what I'm doing here? But you were supposed to be drop the load off, like an hour or so ago. She's at her daughter's recital. So she said, you know what? I'm at my daughter's recital, and I'm not going to miss this. So you need to go drop the drugs off. He was like, okay, cool. I'll drop the drugs off. And I'm also taking your pay. Every time you want me to drop some drugs off, I'm going to take your pay. She didn't want to hear that. Because right now, it's like 50-50. So basically, she would get nothing if she didn't drop the stash off. So she was like, cool. And that's when she was like, okay, I can't take the kids because the hubby wants to go out. She took the kids with her. That's when her daughter lost the doggone blankie. But what I thought was really cool was when her husband went to the mailbox. Bev's husband went to the mailbox a few days later, and he opened up the package. And, well, he didn't open it. He gave a package to Beth. And she opened it up, and there was the blankie. So I'm like, okay. First, the dude was acting like she didn't have a blankie, and then Rico brings it back. But y'all know, me and Rico have a love-hate relationship. Just like him and Beth. They have a love-hate relationship. They done smashed and all this kind of stuff. They got a strong attraction to each other, but she's married. I don't know if Rico has a woman. We saw him with a woman at one time when he was dropping off a car at the dealership for them to, move the drugs. But we don't know if that's his woman or if that's his wife or anything. We don't know that yet. So I don't know if he's single or what. But anywho, we do know that they like each other. And I'm sure that's why Rico made sure that her baby got her blankie back. So I don't know. But anyway, Dean also has an idea that they have some kind of attraction and that they're probably sleeping around. So he made contact with the person. They stopped it right there, though. They showed him calling whoever the contact person is that could possibly take out the trash and get rid of Rico. So we gonna see, and we gonna see if he's gonna involve Stan, which is Ruby's husband, because remember, he's the cop. He really don't want no involvement in it, but he's already involved. And the only reason why he got involved, or he's staying involved or staying silent, is because he doesn't want his wife to go to prison. I mean, that's the whole reason. He don't want his wife to be in prison for 5 to 10 to 15, 20 years. And the kids, out here, he raising the kids by themselves and, all that. So anyway, but I don't think he really wants to put his hands in that pot. He don't want to stir that pot as far as, trying to kill somebody. So, But anyway, as far as Beth's sister, Beth's sister, she needs to take some mommy classes. She needs to take some parenting classes. I am so tired of her daughter telling her what she's gonna do, what she ain't gonna do, having a little attitude, telling her she ain't coming home, da 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 da. And I'm like, she gonna ask her daughter this episode, I was just wondering, like, when was you going to, like, start treating me like your mother again? And I'm like, are you serious? She definitely need send that child to me. Send that child to me. She gonna treat you like mommy every doggone day of the week. But anyway, I think her daughter, I think she's kind of softening up now after she got pissed off at her, for what she did. Basically, she slept. Her daughter is mad at her because she slept with her father. Now, that ain't really nothing to get mad about, but her father is married and has a baby on the way. Now, that's something to get mad about because the little girl is like in between. She loves going to her dad's house and to her stepmom's house, and her stepmom adores her and she adores her stepmom. And then to find out that your mom and your dad smashed and you're right in the middle, like you over here at this lady's house and you like looking at her like, okay, your husband is, which is my father, is still having sex with my mother. And it's like, it's a tight spot for her. So, I mean, I get why she's upset and everything. But, yeah, she be going a little too far. She be going a little too far. But, anywho, she went to the bar to get drunk. Try to drink her problems away. And met some dude named Noah. Noah turned out to be somebody who just got hired at Fine and Frugal, which is the grocery store where Annie works, which is Beth's sister, Annie. And she's up here like, why you want to work there? That place is horrible. They don't pay you nothing. The managers are thieves. They're perverts. They're losers. They're rapists. They won't even let you take a dump in the stove unless you clock out. You have to punch out. You have to punch out anytime you want to take a dump at the store. Ain't that something? Like, imagine if you had diarrhea. Imagine if you had diarrhea. And you gotta punch out every few minutes when you gotta run back and forth to the bathroom. I'll just be like, I gotta go home. I'm gonna take this point. I'm gonna write me up. I gotta go home. Because you ain't gonna make no money anyway if you gotta go to the bathroom every few minutes. But then when she heard that he was actually the new manager, her jaw about hit the floor. She was like, oh, okay, well, nice to meet you, because she still works there. That's her manager. The old manager, they buried his body in a trash dump site. So, they had to replace the new manager. And I was like, I didn't see it at first. I didn't see any kind of connection there at first. But then when she started, like, talking about, what she want or what she don't want in life, and he was like, well, what do you really want in life? And the next thing you know, they in the bathroom having sex. I was like, well, damn. Well, damn. Okay, so she done went to the doggone liquor store to get drunk and she got drunk, she got toe up and everything up in the bathroom. But anyway, that's her new manager now. I guess we're gonna see how this turns out, because remember the last manager, how he was. So I'm wondering if this guy isn't like has something up his sleeve, because it just seems too perfect. It just seems too perfect. That the Agent Turner, the guy who used to be manager, Agent Turner is trying to pin that murder on them. So that's what I'm wondering. if this new manager is really a manager or if he might be in cahoots with the law, like working undercover or something and trying to hook up with Annie, who is part of the crime crew. So I don't know. I might be reaching. Y'all know sometimes I be reaching with my theories and everything. But I don't know. It just seemed too perfect of a setup to me. I don't know. But anywho, the new guy, he turned out so far to be better than Boomer. Boomer was an ass. I mean, like she said, rapist, pervert, loser. He was all that and some, and that's why he's dead right now, and his body cannot be found, thanks to Rico. Um, but so far, he seems like really sincere about helping her, move forward at her job. But again, it just seems like too perfect. Like he told her she don't have to punch in anymore. She can eat all she wants at the store because she was like, before I couldn't do this, before I couldn't do that, before I couldn't do this, and he's like, oh, I don't care, do it, do whatever makes you feel. I'll even give you a raise and da 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 da. I'm like, I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, we shall see. As far as Ruby though, back to Ruby, I still hoping that she's not gonna snitch. At the end of the show, where they ended it, Ruby, she had found the calendar um in Beth's office, and she took the calendar. She took it home. Her husband Stan, the policeman, who's then got them out of trouble a few times so they wouldn't be locked up, he told her that they're going to make us take a lie detector test. Then, right after that, she picks up the phone and makes a phone call, and she's staring at the calendar. So I'm like, I really hope that she's not going to snitch. I don't want to think that she's going to snitch, but I don't know. Again, I hope that what Beth have. Trying to look for my chapstick. All this talking making my mouth dry. But I know that Beth, she keeps everything like her calendar that she uses to give her husband Dean, since he's the house husband now. Since he couldn't handle their car dealership that they own and kept getting them underwater, more and more underwater. They about to lose their house, lose the car lot, everything. So you stay your butt at home. I take over the car lot, and she's doing everything. She's my she-ro because she's doing everything and really well. But anyway, she keeps a calendar for him with all the events of the kids, all their doctor's appointment, all their after school activities, recitals, practices, everything, so he can know every single thing that's going on with the kids, because he's never stayed home before with the kids before, and she's always been a housewife and ran all the errands and everything. So I'm hoping again that this calendar that Ruby took, that it doesn't have any real connect informations on there to connect the dots to prove what they've been doing all this time. So I don't know. Or maybe she'll just take the calendar and then give it back to Beth, try to sneak it back in her house. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. So let's just hope Ruby's not gonna be a snitch, because y'all know snitches get stitches, honey. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for my live review of Good Girls. Again, this was season 2, episode 7. It was called The Dubby. And like I said in the beginning, I have no idea. I done watched the show. I done the review. I still don't know what the heck the W is. I don't know. I don't get it. So there was nothing in the show that led me to, oh, that's what they mean. Usually when you watch a show and you see the title and you're like, what the heck? What that title supposed to mean? Then once you're watching the show, you're like, oh, yeah, okay. I get it. But this title, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together, so oh well. But anyway, you guys make sure you thumb up the likes. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Don't forget, I have 2 other channels. We just started the Hood Table. I put the link in the chat. Matter of fact, let me put the link in the chat again. Excuse me. Okay, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat again for the Hood Table. That's my collaboration channel with my sister from another Mr. Samantha, who been following me, the people who's been following me, y'all done probably seen me and her several times, more than several times, doing movie reviews. Well, we done finally collaborated and on our own channel, a separate channel away from here, together. We'll still do movie reviews like once a month, but also along that, we're gonna be. It's called the Hood Table, so it's basically a table. Me and her collaborating. We just think of different topics. It might have to do with family, kids, anything. This weekend we're going live again. Last weekend we did a live on the movie Us. We did a live review on the movie Us. And we went from there, started talking about all kind of things, like things we went through in the hood, stories from the hood. I mean, we went all over the place in the last video. So if you watch the last video, you kind of get an idea or a feeling of what the Hood Table is. We just some crazy girls, some crazy ladies, been knowing each other forever. Two sisters from another mister. We consider ourselves sister, even though we don't have the same blood running through our veins. And we are a riot. We are a riot. So you want to make sure you check out that video that we did last weekend on the Hood Table channel. It's the only video on there right now, because on the collaboration channel, we're going to come to you once a week. It might not always be the same day because we have different schedules. We stay in 2 different homes, so we can't collaborate every day, So once a week is about as good as we can probably do over there. Unless something comes up and we just decide, let's do another one this week. But we'll at least be seeing y'all once a week, or y'all be seeing us once a week over there. And then my other channel is Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. That is the channel where I do cake decorating, and it's live. Just kind of like what I was doing the other night, last night. Cake decorating, but I'm also live, and I'm talking to you guys while I'm decorating, while I'm working on my cake pieces or fondant pieces or whatever I'm doing, making frosting or whatever I'm doing. I'll do it to you while I'm live, and we just chit chat and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. So yeah, make sure you guys check out both of those channels. The Hood Table, the link is in the chat to the Hood Table. And also Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. That's my cake decorating channel. And if you want to check out my pictures, all the pictures of all the cakes that I've done, go to Facebook. Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice on Facebook. Click the like button to show your girl some support. Then just click through the photos, and you can see the cake that I made last night, and you can see a lot of other of my cake artwork. So again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you hit the like button, and also make sure on those other channels you hit the bell as well, so you can get the notifications when we go live. Again, me and Sam will be live this weekend, Saturday night. We got a lot of stuff going on this weekend to prepare for Easter, but while we are cooking Easter dinner, well, I'll be cooking because she'll be at my house, or maybe I'll start cooking during the day and go over her house, and she'll start cooking through the night. We'll figure it out, but either way, it'll be my house or her house, because I know she's having Sunday dinner at her house, and I'm having Sunday dinner here, so we'll figure it out. If I have to get up Saturday morning and get all my cooking out the way, so we can go to her house or vice versa, we'll figure it out. But either way, we'll be live Saturday night on that channel, the Hood Table. So make sure y'all hit the notification bell, please, and thank you very kindly. And as usual, Primetime Squad, in the meantime and in between time, you guys, please stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.